The first thing you learn as Prime Minister or working for a Prime Minister is that before long you run into roadblocks. They're coming quick and fast at the Albanese Government. Strange to say, the one issue that's dividing the government now is this question of the Stage 3 tax cuts, because they don't come into being until 2024. These tax cuts were opposed by the Albanese Labor opposition at first, at a time when Albo was trying to keep all sections of the voter community happy, 2018. It happens with oppositions. But the same opposition then passed them through and argued support for them in the 2019 and 2022 election campaigns. The Parliamentary Budget Office believes that Stage 3 tax cuts will cost $183.4 billion in the first 7 years, but almost $140 billion will be directed to Australians on $120,000 or more. Now, this is where stupidity kicks in, and this ridiculous argument that they'll benefit the rich. The reality is the people on greater incomes pay more tax. So when you cut taxes at any level, you are reducing the tax burden of people currently paying more tax. So that shouldn't be an issue. What's involved here is a simple proposition. Up to $18,200, you will pay no tax. The tax rate used to be 19 cents in the dollar between $18,201 and $41,000. Under Stage 3, it will be 19 cents in the dollar up to $45,000. Then the 37 cents in the dollar tax rate will be abolished altogether. So from $45,001 up to $200,000, you'll pay 30 cents in the dollar. Very sensible. Give people the opportunity to do well and keep more of what they earn from doing well. Over $200,000, it's 45 cents in the dollar. The beef by some is that a politician on a base salary of $217,000 will get a tax cut of almost $10,000. A registered nurse on about $72,000 will get a tax cut of $681. But this, as I've previously said, is a potentially lethal argument unless you get into the ring and explain the common sense principle that when tax cuts apply, the person already paying more tax will get a greater tax cut. Politically, the argument to not go ahead with them is a minefield. 2.5 million middle-income Australians would pay thousands of dollars in additional tax if the Albanese government backed down on implementing Stage 3. Treasurer Chalmers has created in part the split amongst Labor MPs by saying the package was under review. I come back to a brutal political point. This was supported by Labor when in opposition and a central component in their last two election campaigns. If Stage 3 is scrapped, a wage earner on $120,000 would be $1,875 worse off. A household of two on $120,000 and $80,000 would be collectively $2,750 worse off. Now, pardon the language, but there are people within the government saying that whatever decision is taken, it would be a shit sandwich. On the one hand, the political pain of a broken promise in order to presumably save $183.4 billion over 7 years, in the unlikely event that Labor lasts that long, or $15.7 billion in the first year. But remember this, Dr. Chalmers doesn't want to start hoodwinking the electorate. These amounts are already provided for in the forward estimates. By 2024, when the tax cuts are due, and when you see where interest rates are going, the forecasts, if ever you can believe forecasts, argue that there would be a downturn in economic growth in 2024 and that the economy would be, quote unquote, very weak and that we might have got inflation back to 3%, but the increases in interest rates would have bashed the stomach out of the economy. So all this makes 2024 a perfect time for tax cuts.